When I was diagnosed with MS, multiple scoliosis, my understanding of it that it was just something that really affected your walking. But now that I am about 5, almost 6 years out, I'm understanding that it's much more. It actually affects your cognitive ability and your speech. It's something that actually affects me tremendously. Something that I realize it has nothing to do with stress, hormones. It could come about with those things or not. Something that I realize is that speech and my ability to see, right now, the lack of speech is a big problem for me. Word finding. And it's not that I don't have it, it's all there in my head. It really gets lost, word to mouth type of a thing. The last several years, I really attributed it to my strokes and aneurysms and where they had removed a portion of my brain. And it really wasn't until the digression of my mobility and a lot of other things that I really dove in more into MS and what MS all entailed. And I kind of felt foolish for not taking it serious. And I don't think it was that I don't think it wasn't that I didn't take it serious. I was only about 6 months out of my coma. I was diagnosed with perimenopause, epilepsy, MS. I was very just out of it in more ways than one. And so I just didn't really understand what was being told to me and its gravity. It was just kind of honestly just another word. And so now that I'm living in the very thick and swings of my diagnosis and the heavy diagnosis, I'm understanding that a lot of my day-to-day issues are really due to it. It's not so much because of the strokes and the aneurysms. I mean, and it very much well could be. It could be a mixture of them both. But understanding what my word finding and my issues, my lack of mobility, and how and why it comes and goes so frequently. And what I mean by that is like there is no consistency. I could be doing phenomenal one minute and the next be going downhill. I could be doing good one day and be doing awful the next. There is no consistency, no knowing of what to expect. So I don't really look for that. I just kind of roll with it. Adjust my cells accordingly. I know that stress for anybody and everybody makes things worse. For me, it makes it so much worse. It is a concern for me because, well, I have legions in my head, and although there might not show any progressions in your scans, that doesn't necessarily mean there may not be progressions in your overall. I'm so I don't know the terminology. There might not still be progression in how you may be doing, and so I say that to say that I have had a lot of flare-ups and overall issues, and so it's really made me and forced me to really educate myself more about it, because it's just something that I really wasn't struggling with, dare I say. This is more so about MS, but I kind of say this, I have so many other underlying issues and other with autoimmune things. Like I have POTS, which is dysautonomia, and so it really is hard to know what is what, and I don't always want to just jump to conclusion. And so I say that to say that I'm really coming to an understanding of how my MS has truly affected me in a lot of ways, and cognitively has been a big part of it. I knew it affected me with my walking big time. I mean, there's times where my brain, I just literally forget how to walk. I have these legs, I know that I just kind of forget how to use them. And I'm just trying to really give myself that grace and that space to kind of know what that looks like moving forward. I have a lot of phenomenal people and support groups and just um, amazing people who have really educated me on what that looks like. Because, like I said, I got this diagnosis 5 to almost 6 years ago, and I literally just heard it, and it went through one ear and out the other, and I just never took any heed of it then until I'm now struggling. I mean, I was struggling then. I couldn't even like get out of my chair without collapsing. So I never understood it for what it was and for the weight of it until like I said, I'm forced to. So with that being said, if there's anybody out there who also struggles with MS, is an MS survivor, hit out there with the orange heart, because you are seen. For the longest time, as I started to become more aware of this, I was really scared to talk more about it because I felt like I wasn't, what's the word? I didn't feel like I was in the place or the person to speak on such topics. But if we're in the swing of this and surviving this, then why would we not be adequate enough to talk on these such subjects? So with that being said, if you're in the swing of surviving the thick of MS or any autoimmune disease, hit a like, because we're all out here. We see you. You're not unseen. And just the support and the knowledge that I've learned from the people on here has made the biggest difference for me.